Good morning, everyone. Yes, today also we are here to share the Hebrew. Last time, yesterday, we start Hebrew. Let's read the Bible first, and we start your lecture. Hebrew chapter 1, verse 1 and 2. Verse 1. God who at various times and in various ways spoke in time past to the fathers by the prophets, has in these last days spoken to us by his Son, whom he has appointed heir of all things, through whom also he made the worlds. Verse 3. Who being the brightness of his glory and express image of his person, and upholding all things by word of his power, when he had by himself forged our sins, sat down at the right hand of the majesty of on high, having become so much better than the angels, as he has by inheritance obtained a more excellent name that day. Yes, we read up to verse 4. Today, we see here verse 4, having become so much better than the angels. At the time, during the time Hebrew, written, that time, most of the people expect to see angels because God didn't appear to other, not through Jesus Christ. Old Testament, we see God appear to people, angel. So when God appear to people other, the people see through angel God. So all of the people was focusing on angel. So they like angel. So when people, put the picture in the house, they put the picture in the house like angels. So the time people was focusing on angels. So Hebrew, he started to say much better. So when we throw away, something what we expect, everything finish what I have, now we can look to Jesus Christ. Actually, here as we see the angel, I drag people to focus on like other things. So it's like when there was Jesus Christ in the Bethesda, even what was there rumor, the people waiting, angel come and stir the water. So when they stir the water, those who jump first, any sin, they can be healed. But even though Jesus was there, but people was looking, angel coming. So like this, when we remove all expectation over our heart, what I have, then we can see Jesus Christ. Now people don't know exactly something on showing something not show in our eyes. When we see something we cannot see through our eyes, we think we don't consider it much. Especially Bible say we have together evil spirit. So when we have evil spirit, we cannot see Jesus Christ. So when dragged by evil spirit, we cannot expect to only Jesus Christ. But we don't know exactly the work of evil spirit. Now, those who work together work of evil spirit, there is a specific character. Those who work together evil spirit, first of all, their heart is very dark. Even their face not happy. Always like darkness, not a fear, happiness, so much dark. And then, the devil like demonstrate. Those like evil spirit, they always like consider lust, lust, and then they want to talk only themselves. Even they are talking like by themselves. Sometimes they see a certain point, like a certain while they see like this, even thinking a lot. And not only that, even they are very like dirty. Even the evil spirit, they are very dirty. So those who belong to evil spirit, those kind of character like evil. Not only that, they are all like focusing on the flesh. So even though they are not hungry, they eat more much than they can eat. So like one day there was a certain sister. She was very weak. Heart was very weak, and like evil spirit was together. So one day she was in the church, and then she was received training in the church. But when she have a meal, already she had the meal full. But one day she ate even the food which remained. All the people throw the food there. But the time she ate that food, that's something people throw away. So all the people was very surprised. No, evil spirit, Satan drag the people to do something like those things what I say, like dirty and thinking something strange thoughts. But we don't know this is evil spirit. So today I want to show you, uh, you know, in Korea there are many people who drink liquor. So when they drink liquor, they drink liquor just one cup and two cups. No, later on, it's not they swallow liquor. Later on, we see the liquor swallow them. So first they swallow once and twice, they drink. But later on, we see, the liquor swallow them. So later on, even they cannot do what they want. They want to live a clean life. They want to live well. But later on, because of liquor swallow them, they sometimes they remove all the clothes and then they shouting, even they sleep on the road. It is not they drink by themselves. Liquor drank them. So even the Satan was the same. When we do like a sin, like when we do sin, sometime one time and two time, it look very exciting. Like when we get some money still, it's very exciting. And we do another sin, then we feel somehow excited first. Then first, second, and third, when we follow the sin, later on, it is not they do sin to swallow them. So as you see this picture, Satan is very clever. So one time, two time, we enjoy sin. But later on, sin swallowed them. So even though he stopped the sin, he cannot stop. Continue to sin, and finally, Satan dragged them to destroy their life. So all the people who are in the prison also same. One time, two time, they enjoy the sin. But later on, it is not them do sin. Sin swallow them. Then the sin make them to do, not by them their power. Now, sin power make them do evil continue. The people don't know exactly the evil spirit. Now, how much evil spirit is stronger than me. Yes, first we enjoy it. So it is like feasting. So when you catch the fish, we throw away like a worm in the water. Then the fish, eat the worm just little by little. Then later on, the fish swallow all the worm, but it is not just the worm itself. Inside there is a hook. So one time, two time, we enjoy the sin. Then later on, sin swallow them. Then even though they want to stop the sin, continuous sin make them to do evil. Like you imagine, if the hook your mouth. Then even though you want to go another way, but now already hook enter into your mouth. So there are many stories. Even there was a man who are dragged by Satan. So even John chapter 13 verse 2, here say, and super being and the devil having already put it into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him. Actually, Judas Iscariot, he was disciple of Jesus Christ. So he could be together with Jesus and he can, experience walk of Jesus and receive true happiness, thankful together with Christ. But even though together with Christ, his heart was far away from the heart of Christ. Here the Bible says, devil having already put into the heart of Judas. Devil, people just cannot be together with the demon possessed at the one time. No, just one time, two time, three time put in the heart. Then later on, demon possessed enter and dwell together with the people. One time, just two time, put the thoughts into Judas. So even into human. So Judas, he was the man who together with Jesus, but first and second receive the heart of Satan. Then later on dwell together. Actually there was a same happen. A certain time, airplane crashed completely. Then this flight crashed on the top of the mountain. This fly was going to Italy. And where you see the yellow, red color, and the flight crashed there, then completely crashed. So there was over 200 passengers, and all the people died once. What happened was, there was the man who drive the airport, the flight. Sorry. Then he drive the airplane. He was the one who drive the airplane. Because of him, all the passengers, die all together. Let's see what happened was.
Over the weekend, disturbing new details from Flight 9525's mangled cockpit voice recorder. published by German newspaper Bild.
The CVR transcript was leaked way too early in the investigation.
The leaked transcript, criticized as mere voyeurism by French investigators, captures the steps 27-year-old Andreas Lubitz took to kill all 150 on board. Around 10 a.m., the plane takes off from Barcelona. The captain then tells Lubitz he didn't go to the bathroom in Barcelona, and Lubitz replies, "Go anytime." Around 10:27, the plane reaches 38,000 feet cruising altitude. The captain asks Lubitz to prepare for the landing, and after the check, Lubitz repeats, "You can go now." Then the captain is heard getting up and saying, "You can take over." Lubitz, now alone, with the door locked, reprograms the autopilot from 38,000 feet to 100 feet, sending the jetliner straight toward the Alps, dropping around 3,000 feet a minute. Air traffic control tries to contact the plane, but receives no answer. An alarm goes off inside the cockpit warning, "Sink rate." Then a loud bang on the door, the captain screaming, "For God's sake, open the door." Passengers are also heard screaming. 5 minutes before impact, more bangs can be heard, metallic noises, as if someone was trying to knock the door down. 90 seconds later, another alarm goes off, warning, "Terrain, pull up." The captain again screams, "Open the damn door." 2 minutes before impact, the paper reports Lubitz can be heard breathing, the plane now only 13,000 feet from the ground. 10:40 a.m., investigators believe they hear the plane's right wing scrape a mountaintop, then screams once more from the 149 on board. Lubitz apparently stays silent. Over the weekend,
So as you watch the video clip, because of that, the pilot, all the passenger die once or what happened was actually, as you saw his picture, he looked very handsome, he looked very okay. But one day he got accident while he drive his personal vehicle. The airbag came out and hit his eyes. So he went hospital and the doctor say you might lose sight. So from that time, his heart, fell into the despair. I will lose my sight. And if I lose my sight, what happen will be? He lose job and even he cannot marry, even he cannot live well, normal life. So he fell into the despair. Continually, he thoughts about those darkness. Continually Satan put the thought. Actually, Satan how use our heart one time, two time, put the thoughts and make us to do evil in our heart. Then later on, it's not we do evil. Now the evil spirit touch our heart and do everything, even what I don't like. Continually evil do evil. I told you, people who are drunkard, one time, two time they drink by themselves. But later on, it is not they drink, liquor drank them. And liquor make them to do, continue drink again and again and again and again, then finish their life. This is a way of Satan. Now, Satan first put the thoughts and do sin. One time, two time, very exciting. I succeed. I'm okay. Or our heart become very weak. So something we are not expect to do evil continue. So it is not, our heart, it is Satan. So as I told you, this man who drives the airplane, in his heart, first thought enter into him, like I lose my job. I will lose my sight. And from that point, people who are close with Satan, always their face is darkness. So even though people say, your face is so much darkness, what happened? So all they say, it's okay. My face always is like this. But, Satan, already put in their heart, their face always a darkness. You know, when the Satan enter, it's not just the Satan, stay there. Satan now, like control our life. So even this man, his life is not him who control. Now Satan control his life. So how does Satan order to him? One day he was the in charge to drive the airplane. So that time Satan how drag him. Now Satan say to him, like your life will be finished. So already your life finished. So it is better you die. But why don't you die alone? You can die all together. Then it is okay because you lose your life. So you are the one who lose all the benefit. No, don't die alone. It is better die together. So when he hold the stick, Satan already drag his heart. So finally, he died together. So it is not him. As I show you the picture, Satan is very clever. So Satan first and the second make our heart do evil. That time we enjoy. Yeah, everything we accept, swallow the thoughts of Satan, it look very exciting. It look very okay. But later on, it's not them, it is Satan. Make them to do evil, continue, and continue. So in Korea, there are many people who speak by themselves. One day, one of, girl say to friend, my friend, got a boyfriend, come to my room each every evening. So one day, that girl ask the girl, another friend, say, will you come to my home and see my boyfriend? So that the other girlfriend came to the house and they were together in the room. Well, a certain time, like it was like 10 p.m., but this girl who invited another girlfriend, all of a sudden, she spoke alone. Like she said, and she laughing, even she talked alone. So the other friend was very scared because she spoke alone. But later on, after like 2 hours, now, this, the other girlfriend asked her, hey, why you talk alone? And what is happened? Why you speak alone? Then the other, the girl who invite the other girlfriend, she say, you didn't see? No, my boyfriend came, my room. But the other girlfriend, no, you see, even the door didn't open. How the man can enter? But she said, it's not matter. I'm happy. I just talk with the boyfriend. Whether door open, not open, it's not matter. It's just okay. I speak with the boyfriend, no problem. You know, in Korea there are so many people who talking with the demon possessed. Not only Korea, even all over the world, Satan put the thought and talking alone, and though they don't speak outside. Even now, so many people talk inside in their heart, talking alone and communicate with Satan. Even Satan put the thoughts and follow that way. So many people live with Satan. So through Hebrew, we talked, at the time, angel, make the people far away from the Jesus Christ. Even this angel, first angel was a Lucifer. So Lucifer against God. So this angel make all the people look, angel, not Jesus Christ. When we can see the Jesus Christ, when we discover all the way, all my life already become poor. I cannot control my life. I cannot live myself. Though I don't want to stop, I don't want to do sin, continue I do sin. Even I don't know why my life is darkness. Even I don't know why I poking myself. Even I don't know why I continue look like woman or liquor or food or something other exciting things. So when we see, it is not me, it is a Satan. So when we can return, to this place, when we lose all those things in our mind, now we will see another way, like the prodigal son. In the book of Luke chapter 15, there is a man who stay in the pig house, prodigal son. Actually he went out from the father house. He try to live by himself. But he tried all the best. But he become the man who completely, miserable person. What the Bible say? Here, Luke chapter 15 verse 17. But when he came to himself, he said, how many of my father's hired servants have bread enough and spare? And I perish with hunger. Everyone. Actually, not everyone can return to Father. When we discover I perish with hunger, means I am perishing in my place. I follow Satan, I do evil, I follow dirty, I follow, darkness. When we discover, my place, where I live, where I do, where I am, it is a place I am here perishing with hunger. I am perishing. So when we discover it, now he can move, not, the place where he was. He moved to the other place. You know, when he could move to Father, he discovered where I am. Now I cannot stay anymore. Me is miserable. Though I stop the sin, though my face want to be blind, though I want to live just a normal life, though I want to be happy, I cannot do myself. I perish with hunger. I am perishing. I cannot stay anymore in my place. That time, he can move to other place. So everyone, actually Satan is very clever. So Satan make everyone to enter into darkness and then enter into the, those fresh desire. So people like money, people like food, people like do sin. So first they think this is okay. Just swallow one and two. But later on, even they cannot stop. Continue to evil again and again and again. Why? It is not sin. It is, it is not themselves. It is now sin make them to evil continue. So actually, Satan is very clever. So even though we are in the church, we listening the word of God, in the church, continually we see, Satan put the thoughts in our heart. So just the thoughts once and twice, but later on, Satan drag our heart and perishing our life. We don't know how much Satan is strong at me. All the people who committing suicide, they just didn't die once. They follow once or twice the listening the voice of Satan. So even the man who crashed the airplane, he didn't die all of a sudden once. He swallowed the thoughts of Satan once. All our thoughts, what the Bible say, evil continually. Our thoughts cannot make our heart be blighted. We cannot be good through our thoughts. We cannot stop evil. Even there was a certain woman, she met another boyfriend, even though she have a husband. So she met the boyfriend once and again. That time she feel very exciting because she sleep with another boyfriend, like not the husband. She sleep with another man. So first it was very exciting, but second and third, later on she spoke to pastor. Pastor, I really want to stop. Now I want away from the sin. I cannot do. So she do continue evil again and everyone. Actually, Satan is very clever. So first, just put thoughts something very delicious, and we swallow once, and the second, the later on, it's not we swallow. Later on, Satan swallow us and do evil continually. So, when there was a time the author write Hebrew, that time everyone was focusing toward the angels. So as long as they look toward the angels, they couldn't to see Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ came in the world to save the people. But when we continue watching the place where out of Jesus Christ, we cannot see Jesus Christ. So when we can see Jesus Christ, as here Hebrew, continue say angel. So when the people throw it away, I was watching angel. Let me throw away. Let me return back. That time they can see Jesus Christ. Even when we can come out from when we can come out from the demon possessed, first we discover the way I living completely dirty and evil. I cannot stop the sin. Me myself is dirty, and me actually together with the demon possessed. That time we can throw away the my way, and we can see the Jesus Christ. Everyone, I wish don't follow the Satan way. Satan walk into our heart, putting the thoughts. So all of our thoughts is on me. Satan put the thoughts in our heart. So even though each every day so many thoughts rise up, so many thoughts. So many people who talking with Satan always they are looking like this, and they're thinking, continue, and then later on, Satan make them to destroy their life. So many people, uh, live together with the Satan. So which away from the Satan, not through yourself, through hearing the word, remove the Satan is not by our own, through Jesus. So I will stop here. So I hope continue. We listen the word of God. Thank you so much.
Bye.